Now, who came up with the whole Repo Man gimmick?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we all split up and left, Vince called me up and said, Barry, you still want to wrestle here? And I said, yeah. He says, think of a couple of ideas. And I said, all right, I'll come up and, think of something. So, I used to repo cars in Minneapolis, and you kick windows in and all that. And I thought, well, now I'm getting to the stage where I kind of want to have fun with my career, and I want to end up being a baby face and going to hospitals, and I want to be on the golf deal, and celebrity golf tournament.
Yeah.
And I wanted to really be a big-time baby face. So when you looked at the Bushwhackers, they had the time of their life. And I didn't want to quite go that far.
Yeah.
But I wanted all the kids to love me and, do it right. So I told Vince, I said, do you remember the Riddler and Batman? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I used to be a Repo Man, and if I kind of act like the Riddler, I said, it's so stupid that it's some people are going to like it. And I said, if you turn me babyface, it'll be the greatest thing in the world. Because I'll be able to get over all the top guys. I can get beat up. I can do everything. It doesn't matter if I get beat. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's do it. So that ended up being the Repo Man. But he never ever turned a babyface. And
I was going to say, I don't remember ever turning a babyface.
It was the hardest thing ever. Because the
vignettes are awesome.
Because they liked me, but they didn't like me. And, it was like I was stuck between...
The vignettes were fun, though. The vignettes.
Oh, well, I wrestle all the top guys. Slaughter, Savage, everybody. Mm-hmm. So I was making money, and it was working. We had some good matches. Did you have to change your style of wrestling at the time, like from Demolition to Repo Man? Yeah, I went from 310 pounds down to 245. I was going to say, I don't want to insult you, but I was going to say that I remember you coming back a lot thinner. Yeah, I wanted to be a completely different person. Wow. Did you prefer tag matches or singles matches? Tag matches. Tag matches. Like the tag matches. Yeah. Now, we talked a little bit about Dusty. Were you surprised when Flair came over? No, I knew Flair was going to come over. Yeah. Because he knew it was the big leagues. He couldn't stay in, Georgia and all, he had to come over. Yeah. Memories of matches as Repo Man with the Boss Man. Oh, were they fun. The Boss Man was over big. Yeah. And he was so agile for a big guy. Yeah. And, we were such good friends, too. So it was just fun, everything. He would do anything I wanted him to do, and I'd do anything he wanted to do. Now, what about wrestling your former partner, Brian Adams, when he was Crush? Well, that was fun. Was that fun? That was fun, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, the Repo Man, it didn't matter if he got beat or anything. It was just something to do, Yeah. We were at Wembley Stadium was our last match together. Right. Yeah. All right. How did things change throughout the company when Hogan stopped working for Vince and started taking time off and then kind of faded away for a while? Was I there then? Yeah, because Wembley, he wasn't working in Wembley. That was, right? Yeah. Because he really wasn't working in Wembley. See, I can't ever remember him being gone. Yeah. And maybe he just wasn't on TV, but he was around. Oh, okay. But he didn't do a lot of TVs. Oh, yeah. Because he was a special appearance guy. Mm. The less you had him on TV when he went to the building, the more people wanted to see him. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that's, because I didn't even look like he was gone. No. Not that I can remember. Why did you wind up leaving? Because you said, Wembley was one of your last matches. Why'd you wind up leaving? Well, I wanted to be a babyface, and Vince told me he was going to make me a babyface. Mm-hmm. And I was already doing Make-A-Wish stuff and, going to hospitals and, trying to do things for kids. And at that time, my kids, 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, and, you're a dad and, you just see how, other kids are that don't have all that stuff. And I really wanted to be a babyface and get over as a babyface and go do that stuff. Yeah. And Vince shut it down. He says, no, you need to just do exactly what you're doing right now, and you're a professional. You can make it happen. And it was so hard to work in the ring because you try to do heel stuff and the people would cheer. And then you try to do babyface stuff, and the people go, "What the heck is he doing?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I was stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and it was hard.
Yeah.
And that's why I told Vince, I said, "Vince, I can't do it anymore. I put it in my notice." And he said, "No, don't do that." And I said, "Vince, I just need a break. I need to get out of here." And my last day was Las Vegas. I don't know if it was Wrestlemania in Las Vegas or what.
Was it the Toga thing where they had the outdoor stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my last day, and I didn't even have to work.
Oh, really?
And I got a hell of a payday. Yeah. My last day. It was my goodbye. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how did you work? Now, after WCW was sold, how did you wind up? You made a return, a one-night return anyway, to WrestleMania, to the Gimmick Battle Royal.
Yeah, who called me up? I think it was Pat Patterson or somebody called me up and said, "Hey, Barry, you want to come down to Texas and see the guys and you get a payday?" And I don't know. And then somebody said, "Yeah," or then Arn called me or something and said, "Barry, you got to go. It'll be just a fun thing to see the guys." And, you know, so then I ended up going. And it was great to see everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Linda McMahon, I saw Vince and Stephanie. And, you know, I knew Stephanie when she was just, you know, real young.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see everybody.
Did you like doing the Repo Man gimmick again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, we were fighting to see who the first one out of the ring was going to be. And I won. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Now, how were you treated that night by Vince? Did Vince treat you real well?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I sat with his wife. We talked for 15, 20 minutes because I've always respected her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times when we were up there working, she would come around. You know, I would talk to her all the time, and she wouldn't talk to too many people.
Mm-hmm.
But we never talked wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she knew I was, you know, very much in love with my wife and all that. So, you know, I think she enjoyed talking to somebody that was like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, Vince had to respect that if his wife liked me. You know what I mean?
Definitely. How do you think, back being there that night, how do you think the WWF had changed since the last time you were there?
Well, now you got the younger guys, and it was a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great show, you know, and you can see it right now. He's got a great show, and he changes all the time, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we were talking about earlier. It's, you know, wrestling's as hot as it's ever been, if not hotter.
Yeah.
But we don't like it, maybe.
Right.
But the next generation likes it.
That's a good point.
And then they won't like it in 5 years, but then the next generation will like it. He just kind of goes with the flow.
Now, after WrestleMania, was the door ever left open for you to come back in some kind of capacity, like a road agent even, or?
No, and I don't know why. I talked to Johnny Ace, it must have been 3-4 months ago, to try to be an agent. And he said it was kind of out of his hands, but, you know, he was going to talk to Vince. I haven't heard back yet, but I haven't called either.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe they don't want a 47-year-old guy anymore. Maybe they want a, you know, 30-year-old guy or something with different views.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the old school, but the new school too.
Yeah.
And maybe they want all the new school. You know. But I definitely think I'm qualified to be there.
I'd say so. Yeah.
It just all depends upon who they want and who they're friends with. You know.
Yeah. What do you do today?
I have a partner, and we own a print shop that does pad printing. We specialize in printing logos on hard hats.
Okay.
And we print on medical parts and golf balls and mugs and pens and all that stuff. And we do promotional stuff. We put logos on embroidery and silkscreen and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, do people still recognize you?
In Minnesota, nobody ever recognizes you. It's like they don't care. You know? But if you go to different places, you know, Louisiana, North Carolina, all that stuff, you know, a lot of people say, "Hey, Krusher Krushchev," because no.
Sure. Wow. Do you still stay in touch with your peers?
Yeah, you know, I talk to Wayne Bloom all the time, John Nord, Brad Ringens, Patera every once in a while, Jim Brunzell. Arn I should talk to a lot more. You know, he's, like I say, he's one of my best friends, but I do talk to him.
Yeah.
Who else? You know, Johnny Ace, I talk to her once in a while.
Okay.
So.
Oh. Now, do you think, and of course your opinion may be a little biased, but I have to ask.
Of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.